Good morning, students. The last class we stopped at module 4, that is, we discussed a program on how to generate a 10,000 Hz frequency on pin P2.1 using T0 8-bit auto reload timer, and to use timer 1 as an event counter to count up 1 Hz pulse and to display it on P0. And the pulse is connected to external interrupt 1. We assume that external is equal to 11.0592 MHz and baud rate as 9600. We wrote a 8051C program. Today, let us begin with the module 5, that is interfacing. Interfacing is connecting the microcontroller to devices, right? So that an application is run or an application is implemented. For example, the microcontroller can be connected to DC motor, right, to stepper motor, to ADC, to DAC, to elevator, so that when those applications are run or those applications are implemented, that is called as the interfacing. The first one to be studied under interfacing or module 5 is liquid crystal display or the LCD. So this LCD has certain advantages over that of the LEDs. LCDs are cheaper as compared to that of LEDs. LCDs have low power consumption. Then LCDs can display numbers, characters, and graphics, whereas LEDs can display numbers and only few characters. LCD has a refresh controller to refresh the display screen, to refresh the LCD screen, whereas LEDs do not have the refresh controller inside them. These are the advantages of LCDs over LEDs. LCDs are cheaper, they have low power consumption, they can display numbers, characters, and graphics, whereas LEDs can display numbers and few characters only. And LCDs have refresh controller to refresh the LCD screen, whereas LEDs do not have the refresh controller. Now coming to the pin configuration of LCD, it is a 14-pin liquid crystal display. Its pin configuration is as follows. Pin number 1 is VSS, that is ground pin. Pin number 2 is VCC, that is plus 5 volts power supply plus 5 volts. Pin number 3 is VEE, it is a power supply to control the contrast. And pin number 4 is register select. If register select equal to 0, command register is selected. If register select equal to 1, data register will be selected. That is, if RS equal to 0, command register selected to send the commands, and if RS equal to 1, then the data register is selected to send the data to the LCD screen. Read write pin, pin number 5. If read write is 0, then it is write operation. We are writing into the LCD. If read write equal to 1, then we will be reading from the LCD display screen. Then 6 pin is enable pin to enable the LCD screen. Then remaining bits, that is pin number 7 to 14, they are the data pins to send the, or the data bus signals are sent on these pins, that is pin number 7 to 14, DB0 to DB7. Okay, so this is about the pin configuration of the LCD. Next, let us see some of the command codes, that is the commands that will be sent to the LCD, right? What code we have to use, or what hex code we have to use in order to set the particular command to the LCD. If we make use of the command code or the hex code as 01 hex, then the command is clear the display screen. If it is 02 hex, return home. If it is 04 hex, that is shift cursor to left. If it is 06, then shift cursor to right. 05, shift display to the right side. 07, shift display to the left side. 08, display off, cursor off. 0A, display off, cursor is on. 0C, display is on, cursor is off. Display is on, but cursor is off. That is 0C hex. Then 0E, display on, cursor is blinking. Then 0F, display on, cursor is blinking. Then 10 hex, shift cursor position to left. Similar to that of 04. There will be two set of signals for shifting the cursor to left. One is 04, then 10 hex, then 06 to shift cursor to right, and 14 hex to shift cursor position to right. Then also to shift display right side, it is 05 hex. Here we are using 1C hex to shift the display to the right. Then shift display left is 07 hex, and here it is 18 hex to shift the entire display to the left. Then 80 is for force cursor on the beginning of first line. Okay, then C0 to force cursor to beginning of second line. Okay, then 38 hex is two lines, that is 5 cross 7 matrix. Two lines, that is 5 cross 7 matrix. 5 cross 7 matrix means 5 rows and 7 columns on the LCD display screen. So that is the character display format of the LCD. Let us see the interfacing between LCD and the 8051 microcontroller. This is the interfacing diagram. Pin number 8051 are connected to data pins of the LCD D0 to D7. So the data which is sent to the LCD is sent on these lines, and the data which is to be read from the LCD, it is read from the LCD onto the microcontroller. Both reading and writing operation takes place with the help of these data lines. Then we have P2.0 pin connected to register select. That's what we discussed just now. If RS equal to 0, then write operation is enabled. If RS equal to 1, then read operation will be enabled. Sorry, if RS equal to 0, then it is command register is selected. If RS equal to 1, then data register will be selected. If P2.1 is connected to read write pin, that is read write pin. If it is 0, write operation is enabled. If read write is 1, then read operation is enabled. Then P2.2 is connected to enable pin to enable the LCD. VCC is plus 5 volts, right, power supply. Then VSS is connected to ground. V is for controlling the contrast of the LCD. So this is regarding the interfacing between LCD and the 8051 microcontroller. In the examination, the possible question may be explain the interfacing between 8051 microcontroller and the LCD. You all have to draw this interfacing diagram and explain the functions of the interfacing between, or the various functions of the various pins that are used, or the signals that are used in the interfacing between 8051 microcontroller and the LCD. The same it is explained here, interfacing between LCD and the 8051. Then next we have to know one more important point here regarding the interfacing between 8051 and LCD, that is about the busy flag. The D7 bit is used as the busy flag here. D7th bit is used as the busy flag. Okay. If D7 equal to 1, then LCD is busy with its internal operations. It indicates that LCD is busy with its internal operations. If D7 is equal to 0, it means that we can send the data to the LCD screen, or the LCD is ready to receive the new information. If D7 is equal to 1, if this D7 bit, this P1.7 bit, D7 equal to 1, it means that the LCD is busy with its internal operations. When D7 is equal to 0, it means the LCD is ready to receive new information, or we can send new data to the LCD screen. We can latch the new data to the LCD screen. Next, let us study the interfacing between keyboard and the 8051 microcontroller, or the interfacing between 8051 microcontroller and the keyboard. The keyboard is arranged in the form of matrix of rows and columns. So as you are seeing here, it is a matrix of rows and columns. This is a keyboard. The keys are displayed on the keyboard here on the figure, starting from key number 0, 1, 2, 3, so on, like this up till key number C. Okay, that is character C on the keyboard, right? So it is arranged in the form of rows and columns. It is called as matrix of rows and columns. The ports of the microcontroller are used to access the keyboard, or they are used to interface with the keyboard. Now here only 4 port pins, or 4 pins of the port 0 and port 1 are used to connect to the keyboard, right? As we know that port pins have 8 pins, or they have 8 IO pins. That means we can interface 8 cross 8 matrix keyboard with the port pins, or with the IO ports, right? Because the IO ports have 8 pins, each IO port are having 8 pins. That means we can connect 8 cross 8 matrix keyboard to these IO ports. Now here And as we can see here, the port 0 is connected. Port 0 is the output port which is connected to the rows, and port 1 is used as the input port which is connected to the columns. Are you following here? The port 0 is connected as the output port to send the zeros, or to send the zeros on the rows. It is used as the output port connected to the rows, and port 1 is used as the input port which is connected to the columns. Port 1 is used as the input port which is connected to the columns. Now when there is no key press, VCC is connected to the columns. That means all the port 1 pins, that is D3, D2, D1, D0 of port 1 are high. They are 1. Next, what is done is on the port 0, 0 is sent on all the rows. 0 is sent on all the rows. Then when 0 is sent on all the rows, if any key is pressed, say key number 2 is pressed, right? That means when key number 2 is pressed, as 0 is available on D0, the VCC will be shorted to D0, or the VCC will be shorted to the ground. So as VCC is shorted to the ground, it means that 0 is available on that column. So on column 1, that is column D2 here. So column D2 here, 0 is available on this column. So whenever a key is not pressed, 1 is available on that column. Whenever a key is pressed, a 0 is available on that particular column. So once we come to know that a 0 is available on any of the columns, it means that some key has been pressed. It indicates that some key has been pressed. Now we have to identify which key is pressed. To identify which key is pressed, what we are doing is, what is done is, a 0 is sent on every row after certain interval of time. First a 0 is sent on row D0, right? If a key is pressed on this row, that means the 0 is available on that column. If a key is not pressed, then all the columns will be high, all the columns will be 1. Okay, let us say we are sending a 0 on row D1. We are sending a 0 on row D1. So when we send a 0 on row D1, suppose say key number 5 is pressed. Key number 5 is pressed. When key number 5 is pressed, right, we have sent 0 on row D1. That means D1 column will be low. D1 column will be low. It will be 0, right? So when D1 column will be low, and we have sent 0 on D1, so it's intersection of D1 of row and D1 of column. So intersection of D1 row and D1 column is key number 5. This indicates that key number 5 has been pressed. Okay, 0 is sent on row D1. So when 0 is sent on row D1, suppose if key number 5 is pressed, then the column D1 will go low, right? Column D1 will go low because the VCC is shorted to ground. It is shorted to 0, right, through the key number 5, right? So the key number 5 is the intersection of row D1 and column D1. The intersection is the one which gives the which key has been pressed. So like this we can identify which key has been pressed on the matrix keypad or on the matrix keyboard. Okay, this is how the microcontroller will identify which row and in which column the key has been pressed, and in particular which key has been pressed. Okay, this is called as scanning and identifying the key pressed. Is called as scanning and identifying the key pressed. In examination, the possible question on this may be, explain the interfacing of 8051 microcontroller to the keyboard, or explain the interfacing of keyboard to 8051 microcontroller, or explain the concept of scanning and identifying the key pressed in the interfacing of 8051 to keyboard. Explain the concept of scanning and identifying the key pressed in the interfacing of 8051 to the keyboard. Okay. So these may be the possible questions on the interfacing of keyboard to the 8051 microcontroller. The same is explained in the form of points here. It's the same explanation, right? There is one important point about the keyboard interfacing. It is called as key bouncing. Key bouncing, right? That is when a key is pressed, before it settles down, it bounces many times. Suppose if you are pressing any key on the keyboard, right, before it settles down, it bounces many times and then comes to its stable state. This is called as key bouncing. Key bouncing is nothing but whenever any key is pressed on the keyboard or on the keypad, that key bounces many times before it comes to its stable state. This is indicated by the waveform here. So it is bouncing many times before it comes to the stable state. Okay, it is bouncing many times. The key is bouncing many times before it is coming to its stable state. This is called as key bouncing effect. Key bouncing effect. If we want to eliminate this key bouncing effect, that means we have to, or the microcontroller has to wait for the time in order to key to be settled down. Until the key settles down, the microcontroller has to wait so that the key will reach its stable state. Otherwise, what will happen? The key bounces many times, and as the key is bouncing, whatever is the response obtained, that will be recorded. Okay, the key is high here, so that will be considered. The key is low here, that will be considered. Again, it is going high, that will be considered. Low, high, low, every time it will be considered as a response. But if the microcontroller provide some wait time, okay, if the microcontroller provides some wait time and it waits for the time so that the key will settle down, then once the key settles down or it reaches its stable state, that can be considered as the correct response. That is considered as the correct response. This is how the key bouncing effect is eliminated, by making the microcontroller to wait until the key pressed reaches its stable state. Next, students will study the interfacing between ADC with the 8051 microcontroller. Interfacing of ADC to 8051 microcontroller, or interfacing of 8051 microcontroller to the ADC. On the left side, you are seeing the 8051 microcontroller, and on the right side, there is a ADC 0804. Okay. Let us study a few of the important points first regarding ADC, few of the basic fundamentals, and then we'll move on to the actual interfacing of ADC to the 8051 microcontroller. Now, what is ADC? ADC is analog to digital converter. It is a chip that converts analog signal to digital signal. A chip or an IC which converts input analog signal to output digital signal is called as analog to digital converter. Some of the features of ADC: it has a resolution. The number of output bits of the ADC is called as resolution of the ADC. Number of bits of the ADC or output bits of the ADC is called resolution of ADC. Next, second one is step size. It is the smallest change in the input analog signal that can be detected by an ADC. The smallest change in the input analog signal which will be converted to digital output and that is detected is called as the step size. This step size is the ratio of reference voltage to number of steps. That is, step size is reference voltage divided by number of steps. If the resolution is n bit, then the number of steps is given by 2 raised to n. The resolution is n bit, that is, if the ADC has n bit output, number of steps is given by 2 raised to n. And the step size is given by reference voltage divided by number of steps. Step size is reference voltage divided by number of steps. Then conversion time. Conversion time is the time taken by the ADC to convert from analog signal to digital signal. Time taken by ADC to convert from analog to digital output or analog signal to binary output is called as the conversion time. There are two types of ADCs: parallel ADC and serial ADC. Parallel ADC, all the n bit output are available at the same time in parallel. It is called as parallel ADC. In serial ADC, the output is available in serial fashion, one bit after another. Okay, there is a pin which sends out the output data or output binary bits, output digital bits, one after the another. This is called as the serial ADC, parallel ADC and serial ADC. Now let us see the pin description or the interfacing of ADC 0804 to the 8051 microcontroller. In this diagram, the pin number P2.5 is connected to read pin or RD pin of 0804 ADC. Okay, so this read pin is for reading the data from the analog to digital converter. Then P2.6 is connected to write pin. It is for writing the data into the ADC. Writing the data, that is writing the analog signal into the ADC. Okay, read pin is for to read the data, digital data from the ADC into the microcontroller. And how the data is read? Data is read from the data pins, that is D0 to D7 pins. From the ADC, that data, whatever digital data is there, that will be read into the 8051 microcontroller port 1. P1.0 to P1.7. That is the digital outputs, bits of the ADC that will be sent on D0 to D7 pins, or it will be available on P1.0 to P1.7 pins of the 8051 microcontroller. Then this WR pin or WR signal is for start of conversion. Okay, to start the conversion, this WR pin is used, and this INTR pin, which is connected to P2.7, it is used to indicate the end of conversion. INTR pin, which is connected to P2.7, is used to indicate the end of conversion. That is, if the conversion is completed, then INTR pin goes low, which indicates that the analog to digital conversion is completed and the data is available for the CPU to be picked up. Okay, so this INTR pin is used to indicate the EOC, or the end of conversion. Full form of EOC is end of conversion. Then VCC is plus 5-volt power supply. Then clock in is used to connect to the external clock. Clock in is used to connect to the external clock generator. If you want to use the internal clock, that is oscillator clock of the internal clock of the microcontroller, then we have to use clock R and clock in, right? Both of them have to be used along with the resistor and the capacitor, so that the internal clock can be used. Then Vin plus is connected to the analog input. A pot is used to provide the analog input. Vin minus is connected to ground. Vin minus is always connected to ground. Whatever analog input we want to convert, that is connected to the Vin plus pin of the ADC 0804. That is, the analog signal to be converted to digital signal should always be connected to Vin plus of the ADC 0804. Then there are two grounds here. One is analog ground for the analog signal and digital ground for the digital bits or the digital signals. Then V reference bar 2. This V reference bar 2 is a reference signal. It is used for providing the power supply voltages other than 0 to 5 volts. V reference bar 2, it is used to provide the power supply voltages other than 0 to 5 volts. Right? That is, it provides the reference voltage or the power supply voltage of say 2 volts, 3 volts, power supply voltage of 4 volts. Right? So that is provided by the V reference bar 2 signal. If V reference bar 2 signal is not connected, then the ADC 0804 is powered by the VCC, that is plus 5 volts. Okay. Then last one is the chip select CS. It is used to select the ADC 0804 chip. It is active low signal. It is connected to ground. Okay. So this CS or chip select signal is used to select the ADC 0804 chip. In examination, the question may be, explain the interfacing of ADC with 8051 microcontroller, or explain the 8051 microcontroller interfacing with the ADC 0804. The same explanation in the form of points here about the ADC interfacing with 8051. Here we have to understand the read and write timing diagram for the ADC 0804. How actually the read takes place and how actually the write takes place, right? How it is converting from analog to digital signal. It is explained with the help of the timing diagram for the interfacing between 8051 microcontroller and the ADC 0804 chip. The first waveform that you are seeing is a chip select. Chip select should be low so that always the chip is selected or the ADC is selected. It is an active low signal, so it should be low so that ADC is selected. Once the ADC is selected, then right bar signal goes high, low to high, to start the conversion process. To start the conversion of the input analog signal to digital output, the WR bar pin of the ADC, that is right bar pin of the ADC, should go from low to high. It should go from low to high to start the conversion process. Then once the conversion is completed, the INTR bar, that is end of conversion pin. INTR bar is also called end of conversion. WR bar is also called start of conversion, and INTR bar is also called end of conversion. So the end of conversion will go low once the conversion is completed. Once the analog to digital signal is converted, completion is done. Once the analog input signal is completely converted into digital output, then the end of conversion or the INTR bar pin will go from high to low. Okay, once it goes low, it is active low pin. Once it goes low, it means that the conversion is completed and the data is available in order to be picked up by the CPU. This is data out, that is a digital output. Okay, so if we want to read this digital output, then we have to enable the read pin. We have to enable the read pin. We have to make it high to low. It is active low pin, so we have to make it high to low, so that whatever digital output is there, that can be read from the ADC into the microcontroller. Note that here the chip select is low for both read and write pulses, because if you are reading the data from the ADC into the microcontroller, or if you are writing the analog signal into the ADC, for both the chip should be selected. The ADC should be in selected mode. Either you are writing the data into the analog data into the ADC, or you are reading the digital data from the ADC. For both conditions, the chip should be in selected state. The ADC should be in selected state, and hence the CS bar signal or the CS bar pin is low for both the read operation and also for the write operation. Okay. So this is about the read and write timing for ADC 0804. In today's class, students, I have discussed about the LCD, its advantages over that of LEDs, then pin configuration of LCD and its connections to 8051, LCD command codes, then interfacing between 8051 microcontroller and LCD. Next is interfacing of 8051 microcontroller to keyboard, how the keys are identified and scanned, scanning and identifying or detecting the key pressed, which is an important question. Many times it has been asked in examination. And what is key bouncing and its elimination? What is key bouncing? How it is eliminated? Then interfacing between 8051 microcontroller and the ADC, right? What is ADC? Features of ADC. What is the resolution, step size, conversion time? Types of ADC, parallel ADC and serial ADC. Pin description of ADC or interfacing between 8051 microcontroller and the ADC 0804 chip. Then later we also saw the read and write timing diagram for the ADC 0804 chip interfaced with the 8051 microcontroller. Okay, that's all for today's class, students. Hope everybody have understood. If anything is not understood in the today's class, please send your queries to me so that I will clarify your queries. Thank you.